she's my
Yes.
friend. Yeah.
And batiin ko lang tong aming neighbor na si Dr. Sol Francisco. Birthday niya today, which is November 6, no? At saka yung aking dentist na si Dr. Kyra Baroma. Birthday din niya today. So ito po yung mga nanalo sa atin pong laro na salitang Tagalog balikan para din malimot. Ito po ang sila. Arlene Castillo, Demet Quasay, Eileen English, Rose Aquino, Lucky Chan, Rosemary Baldeo, at si Arlene, nalagay ko na pala si Arlene Castillo. No? Baka may isa akong hindi nabanggit. Sa next Sunday ko na lang batiin. Kasi binabalikan ko pag minsan yung mga comments at kung sino yung first na nag-comment, siya ko yung binabati dito. So marami pong salamat sa pagtangkilik ng atin pong laro para sa ating sariling wika. So Doc Guido, eto na. Pagpakilala na tayo. Doc Guido.
Yes, Doc JD. Sorry, nakamute ako. So, ito yung ating weekly
Hindi naman.
poetry by Doc JD para
Yes.
ma-introduce yung ating guest.
Yes. Nandito yung nakalagay sa CV ni Ma'am Jet. Alright? So ito po ang titulo ng ating tula. COVID-19, mga uri ng variants at mga pangmatagalang epekto nito. Tinagalog ko lang yung long-term effects. Okay, so ito po. Pakinggan ang talakayang mainit. Si Dr. Johanna Rosette po ang nasa dentista sa Berkeley, California ang nakalagay sa CV. Dagdagan ko pa ang atin pang mababanggit. Nagtapos ng dental medicine sa University of the East. Kursong kasama sa Allied Health Sciences. PhD naman sa Hokkaido University ay ibanggit Oral Maxillofacial Pathology Residency Program ang tinapos niyang higit. May karanasan ding magturo sa postgrad. Taong 2016 to 17, kung balikang ganap, kasalukuyang may klinikang dental health ang hawak sa Berkeley, California. Sa iba yung...
Ay,
diba? Tama ba yon? O hindi yon?
no, ang practice ko is in Manila.
In Manila.
In Manila. Tapos actually ang course ko sa Hokuday is
Yes.
actually molecular bio.
Yeah, yun nga
It's a
no?
PhD
So
in
molecular
molecular bio.
biology at ang focus
Yes.
nito ay cancer, no?
Cancer
Cancer.
research.
Yes, oo. So yun, medyo
Yes.
pasensya na no.
Okay lang po.
Yan, no?
But my practice is in Manila.
Yeah.
Yes po.
Bilang doktorado sa oral health pathology. So parang ganun, di ba? Oral health?
Oral pathology lang
Oral
po.
pathology. Inaral niya ang molecular biology, yun pa rin, sa mo.
PhD
Maging
po.
ang sakit na cancer ay kasali, pakinggan ang mga impormasyong ibabahagi. Okay, so gano'n na lang.
Thank you very
Tunay
much.
nga ang mga variants ng COVID ang paksa. Di ko na rin masabi dahil paiba-iba talaga. Technical Advisory Group o TAGBE ay mayroong kasama, Delta o Omicron ay matutunog na halimbawa katulad ng BA.1 at BA.2 pa, di ba? Parang yon ang mga variants. Bukod pa sa paksa ay samahan na rin itong mga impormasyon tungkol sa COVID-19. May tinatawag na epektong kahit magaling ay naroon pa rin, itong ganitong mga bagay ay dapat alamin. So, patuloy pa rin tayo mag-ingat. Huwag tayong magpakampanting lahat. Patuloy pa rin gawin ang mga dapat dahil ang magkasakit ay talagang napakahirap. Salamat po. So, pasensya na po sa mga hitches ko. Maraming pong salamat. Doc Guido, back to you. Salamat, Doc Jet.
Maraming salamat, Doc JD, and ang Pinoy Scientist ay magbabalik after these few reminders.
Ang oras na ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Cable Link, your link to a world-class entertainment.
Ang gusto kong makamatch, yung sweet pero hot.
Eh di mag-mac spaghetti.
Kaalaman sa siyensya at teknolohiya. Alamin sa programang Pinoy Scientist. tuwing linggo, alas 5 ng hapon hanggang alas 6 ng gabi. Pinoy Scientist, KBP Best Science and Technology Radio Program. Pinoy Scientist, dito sa Radyo Agila.
Ay, nagbabalik na naman ang Pinoy Scientist on Radio Aguila, Octa Hour, November 6, 5:13 p.m. Manila time. Ang inyong host ako, Dr. Guido David. May mga nagagalit, hindi daw ako doctor. Doctor ako of Biomedical Engineering. That's my PhD. Hindi ako Doctor of Medicine. Bago ko ipakilala yung ating special guest for today, very esteemed friend and I would say colleague, pero colleague na rin on Twitter. Pero I just want to mention banggitin ko lang, nag-conduct ako ng informal survey on Twitter. Yung isa kahapon ko pa isinagawa or isinimula, and natapos lang siya kanina. So 1,905 votes. Marami-rami actually ito. So maganda yung participation. Yung tanong dito ay, would you continue to wear face masks indoors now that the EO liberated its use indoors? So ang majority, 85% said yes, I will continue to wear face masks indoors. Then no, 6.1%. It depends, 8.8%. So naintindihan ko naman yung it depends kasi syempre, yung question could be a little vague to some. Baka yung iba, they'll continue to wear face mask, pero yung iba, nag-i-indoor dining, so tinatanggal nila yung face mask. And then, I do not know, 0.2%. I also asked this one, second question, informal survey. Mas konti yung nakuha ang boto nito dahil mas maiksi yung oras or yung time. So, it's 655 votes. The question is, do you think the current government is going in the right direction to benefit the people? And yes, 17.9%, no, 76.3%, I do not know or no opinion, 5.8%. Again, ano lang to, feedback lang to. This is not scientific, not scientifically done kasi this is just on Twitter. So, kaya informal survey or unscientific survey siya. It's not properly sampled, but we do have a sampled survey that will be released soon, maybe next week or next week. Meron dun mga approval rating. Tinanong rin namin yung masking. So, this would be a good way to compare yung nakuha nating survey data on Twitter. Anyway, that would definitely lead into my topic. So, lagi ko siya nakausap on Twitter, and it's finally good to meet her. I would love to meet her in person on a few days. Good morning to you there sa Vancouver, Canada.
Good morning.
Dr. Deb. Yes, mukhang malamig dyan ang
Yeah, a bit. Sige, okay lang. Sanay na.
How long have you been there, Sana? Since sorry, and I apologize for the yung sa poetry ni Dr. JD. I mean, she was asking for the
problem.
CV, and yun nga. So I pointed
No
her sa
problem.
LinkedIn. Yes.
No problem. I've been stuck here since the lockdown. My practice is in Manila, but
Mhm.
then dahil dun sa lockdown, it's a very long story, but in
Okay.
short, I got stuck here in Vancouver since 2020, and then hopefully I'll be returning sometime next year. So to
Sometime
Manila, and
sometime next year. Okay.
yeah, sometime next year, yeah.
All right.
But yeah, everything's fine.
Hindi ka pa naman naging ano diyan. What do you call
No
that? Parang
citizen or resident, no.
or yun nga or yung ano tawag din, like yung political like
No, asylum,
asylum.
no. Hindi naman, sabi naman.
Okay.
No, no, no.
Okay. So you're waiting for
Yeah,
the pandemic to medyo
to ease
subside.
up a bit. Yeah, because my mom is has a lot of comorbids, and then she's 87.
Oh, she's there
So
with
it's
you.
kind of she's there with me. We got locked down here by accident.
By
We were
accident.
supposed to be on a yeah, we were supposed to be on a 3 week trip, and then extend na naabutan kami ng lockdown, and upon her doctor's advice,
Mhm.
we were told to stay here first until it's gonna be safer for her to fly
Okay.
back.
That
And
must
yeah.
be expensive though. I mean, because you're running away.
Yeah.
Unless you're
Yes.
staying with relatives or something too.
Luckily, my sister is a Canadian citizen, so
Okay.
we're staying in her place. So that's a huge relief. If
Okay.
it weren't for her, we'd be in huge trouble. But yeah, we're
So
good.
it's expensive for her.
All
Hindi,
right.
hindi. Yeah, but
Yeah.
if, if you do get when you do get back here, I mean,
I
I would love to be hahanap
Of
din ako ng,
course.
I mean, if I need a dentist or if I
Of
could
course.
refer to a
Anytime.
dentist. Ano ba yung ginagawa niyo mga dental procedures? Sorry
I do no, thank you. No, I do GP mostly. I because I specialize more in oral path.
Mhm.
So it's any oral disease aside from, of course, caries and gingival disease, gum disease, and all the common diseases, because you have more than 300 diseases in the oral cavity,
Wow, I didn't
including
know that.
cancer, cysts, and tumors, and so on. So my focus is more on that. But of course, I do general practice, and of course, a bit of orthodontics, but generalized orthodontics, not yeah, not
Mhm.
your for the more specialized ones. Of course, I refer to others, but yeah, generally more of GP, ano ko, and
Okay.
oral path. Yeah,
Pero hindi ka naglalagay ng braces or something or
I
you
do. But
you
yung
can
mga
also.
very yeah, for easy cases, but for more complicated cases,
Mhm.
I do refer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then yung pagpapasta, marami na yata akong kailangang ipapasta sa
Hala. Wag mo na akong hintayin. I'll refer you to good dentist.
Na yeah, ano, hindi naman.
Yeah.
Pero yeah, hindi ko naman hintayin baka pag sumakit na syempre we don't want that. But I'm
Yeah.
okay naman for now. Baka
Oh,
in the
good.
near future lang sakto pagdating mo. So
Bingo.
and of course people might be wondering why I'm interviewing you
Yeah.
regarding the yung COVID variants.
Yes.
Ako rin naman, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a biomedical
Mm-hmm.
engineer, as I mentioned. Pero I'm also an applied mathematician. So minsan
Mm-hmm.
itong nakatulong din sa atin. And Dr.
Yes,
Jet
that's
is
true.
also a molecular biologist. And I imagine you have been following closely. And ito
Yes.
naman, as long as you're well researched, kasi initially naman,
Yeah.
like I always say, Dr. Jet, wala naman talagang experts on COVID initially, di ba? We were
Mm.
all newbies dito. Even the medical
Yes.
doctors, they didn't know how to handle that. That's why initially the management was medyo problematic for medical
Mm-hmm.
doctors. Yes. So you're also molecular biologist. So
Yes.
sinusundan mo itong COVID um,
Yes.
since I don't know, probably since 2020, right? Since you
Since
got
2020.
right.
Yes.
And just to recap, ako, my position was always been, or at least we realized it, na yung surges, yung waves natin were driven
Yes.
primarily by variants. So pag may new variants, yun yung
Yes.
nagka-cause ng mga and there are still a
Yes.
lot of variants and sub-variants all over the
Yes.
world, unfortunately. Especially
Yes.
na people are trying to accept its existence. You're
Mm-hmm.
accepting the existence, so you're letting it circulate, diba? And when it
Yes. Yes.
circulates, tama ba, the Dr. Jet? So,
Yeah.
sige nga,
Um,
can you walk us
the
through yung,
variants.
yeah,
Okay. Basically, kasi when we talk of variants, no, we can think of the virus as it started out as nag-umpisa siya parang isa lang siyang klaseng virus, no. Yun
mhm,
yung nasa Wuhan na nakuha. But
yes,
the thing kasi with viruses is, 'di ba ang viruses parang tao yan eh. It's made of yung mga maliliit na structures which we call it's a cell. And
mhm,
then yung cells made up of yung maliliit pang structures or maliliit pang bagay na tawag natin proteins.
mhm,
Ayan yung proteins, mas maliit pa doon, tawag natin DNA, di ba?
mhm,
So ang nangyayari with the variants, yung protein structure, yung DNA, very sensitive yan. Pwede yan habang napapasa sa bawat tao, yung DNA na tinatawag nila, pwedeng nagpapalit ng arrangement yan. So, nagpapalit. It's DNA, gawa yan ng 4 na letters, di ba?
Yeah.
A, T, C, and G.
Yes.
Pag nagpalit yung order nun, nagpapalit rin yung protein na yung tinatawag nilang, di ba, yung spike na tinatawag nila. Pag
Right.
nagpalit yung arrangement nun, automatically, parang nagbabago yung anyo nung virus. So, yung pagbabago ng anyo ng virus, yun yung tinatawag na variant.
Nagkakaroon ng
So,
mutation, yung
oo,
pagbabago ng anyo.
nagkaka-mutation. Oo, yung
Yeah.
pagbabago ng anyo. Ang problem kasi dyan, yung pagbago ng anyo ng variant, hindi mo naman masasabi kung paano nagbabago yan eh. Hindi mo and ang nangyayari kasi, bawat taong lipatan ng virus, binibigyan natin siya ng daan para magbago ng anyo. Kaya ang problema ng tuloy-tuloy na transmission na tinatawag natin, yung pagpasa mula sa isang tao hanggang sa susunod, ang problem natin doon is nagkakaroon ng parang daan yung virus para magbago ng anyo. Kaya parati na lang, di ba naririnig natin, may bago na namang variant.
Yes.
And since ang tawag nga natin sa COVID, it's a novel virus, ibig sabihin bagong-bago siya. Hindi pa yan ngayon pa lang natin nadidiskubre, ngayon pa lang natin napapag-aralan. Ang problema nakikita ngayon as of now, nakikita na yung mga variants. Lahat, 'di ba, ang dami na nila eh. Meron nang nagkaroon na ng Omicron, from Omicron nagka BA.5, BA.4. Ang recent is XBB at saka yung BQ.1. Tapos nanganak yung si XBC, naging XBC na nanggaling pa sa Pilipinas. So, ang nangyayari, bawat bago ng anyo yan, either nagiging mas nakakakos siya ng sakit, or mas dumidikit siya sa katawan ng tao, or mas mabilis nating mapasa sa ibang tao. And ang nangyayari, nakikita kasi nila ngayon, ang pinaka-problema, lahat ng variants, ang pinaka-nagiging isang characteristic nila is yung nakakatakas sila dun sa immune system ng katawan natin. So kahit na i-vaccinate tayo or kahit nagkaroon na tayo ng COVID noon, yung iba nauulitan, yung iba kahit na na-boost pa, nagkakaroon pa rin ng COVID. And ang problem kasi is yung vaccine. I mean, I'm all for vaccines, no? But the thing is, vaccines are very limited, di ba? I mean, they can stop.
In what sense? Yeah, limited in what sense?
Yeah,
Para
limited
sa
in what
mga
sense?
viewers and listeners.
Yes. Hindi ko sinasabing hindi effective ang vaccine. Ako mismo, I'm vaxxed, I'm boosted, and I still got COVID. I had COVID. Kasi ang purpose ng vaccine is para hindi malala yung maging sakit mo. Hindi humihina yung virus eh. In fact, lumalakas pa siya. The reason bakit mukhang humihina na siya is kasi ang dami nang nagkaroon ng COVID noon, ang dami nang na-vaccinate. So, kumbaga, yung immune system natin, mas napoprotektahan tayo na para hindi na siya nakakamatay, hindi na rin siya nakakakos ng malalang sakit. But it doesn't mean na hindi ka pwedeng mahawa uli. Hindi ibig sabihin na pag na-vaccinate ka, hindi mo mapapasa sa iba yung sakit mo. Kaya natin rin-recommend pa rin hanggang ngayon na mag-mask. Kasi nga yung tawag nga natin, di ba, layers. Kumbaga iba-ibang level ng protection ang kailangan natin. Kasi talagang malala ang COVID na virus. Kumbaga hindi siya matinong virus, hindi siya mabait na virus.
Hindi siya mabait.
So,
sa itsura
hindi
pa
siya
lang
mabait.
sa itsura pa lang nakakatakot na pag nakikita
Oo,
yung mga
di ba? Sa
pictures
itsura
na
pa
yung
lang.
yung may mga spikes siya, di ba? Or parang mukha siyang
Oo.
di
Yung
ba?
mga
Parang
nakatusok
may mga
palabas, di
nakatusok
ba?
sa para siyang pagdumikit sa iyo. Pero of course hindi
Oo.
pero maliit siya.
Oo.
Pero actually kumakapit nga siya, di ba? Sa mga cells ng
Kumakapit
katawan
talaga
natin,
siya.
sa cells sa baga natin, gano'n.
Oo.
I mean,
At
dati
ang
yan.
problem kasi, ang COVID kasi, ang nakikita nila ngayon, hindi lang siya sakit sa baga, but actually, sakit siya ng blood vessels, yung dinadaanan ng dugo natin, ng mga ugat.
Yeah.
So, ang nangyayari, since yung tinatawag nilang ACE2, yun yung parte ng katawan natin kung saan pwedeng kumapit ang virus. Ang nangyayari kasi, ang ACE2 na yun, kahit sa parte ng katawan natin, nakikita yan. So nakikita sa bibig, nakikita sa baga, sa puso, sa utak. Lahat ng parte ng katawan, pwera na lang siguro yung cover ng ipin natin and yung sa mata. Yun lang ang walang ACE2. Kaya ang COVID actually can attack any part of your body. It so happens na una lang siyang nag-manifest sa lungs. And kasi dumadaan siya, for now, ang alam natin, dumadaan siya sa nasal passages. Kasi nga airborne siya, nakikita siya sa hangin, para siyang usok, di ba? So, kaya ngayon, ang recommendation talaga is bukod sa magpabakuna, magkaroon tayo ng mask, mag-filter ng air, yung mga ventilation, air filters, yung mga HEPA filter, yung mga Corsi Rosenthal boxes na pinopromote ni Professor Agar.
Mhm.
Lahat yun, talagang iba-iba ang gagamitin natin para lang hindi tayo, masigurado natin na kumbaga maximum protection. Kasi hindi tayo pwedeng vaccine lang. Kasi nga ang vaccine, oo nga, hindi tayo magkakaroon ng malalang COVID, hindi tayo ma-hospital, hindi tayo mamamatay, pero magkakaroon pa rin tayo ng COVID. And the problem sa COVID is pwede siyang makadamage ng organ. Pag organs natin, pwede niyang madamage ang puso, pwede niyang madamage ang utak, pwede niyang madamage ang baga, ang kidney, iba-ibang organs. Pati nga sa ipin ngayon, yung mga nagkakaroon ng COVID ng 3-4 na beses, napansin nila, nahuhulog na lang yung ipin,
Ha?
walang explanation.
Totoo yun, Dr. Jet, na ano, I mean, even sa
Yeah.
dental, pwede siyang,
Actually,
I mean,
because I get to talk sa Twitter, may mga nagtatanong sa akin from the UK, from the US, ganon. Talagang nagugulat yung mga dentist na nahuhulog, walang dugo, and walang previous na history. Maayos yung mga ipin nitong mga naging pasyente nila, nagugulat nila after 2 to 3. Minsan nga after a single infection of COVID, nakakaroon na ng, may case kami, I have a colleague there sa Manila na nag-consult after a single infection of COVID na yung jaw, yung upper jaw, nabulok. And ang only, wala, malinis yung history ng patient. Ang only history niya ng disease was COVID. So these are the implications na hindi natin pa ma-assure. Kaya ang ano is buting maiwasan na kumalat and na mahawa tayo ng paulit-ulit. Kasi pwede, hindi lang, like ako to be honest, no, and I have long COVID. Mild yung naging COVID ko. Sipon lang siya. Hindi ako nagkalagnat, hindi ako inubo. Ngayon yung puso ko, I'm going through checkups kasi mukhang nadali ang puso ko. And this was just one infection. So kaya ako I'm very active sa Twitter, campaigning against continuous transmission kasi nga hindi natin alam yung magiging effect ng COVID pag paulit-ulit nating nakukuha. Tapos yun na nga, ang nakikita pa nila ngayon sa ibang studies, ang COVID, nako-compare nila minsan sa HIV, na yung immune system natin mismo sinisira ng virus. So these are implications na medyo pinag-aaralan ngayon ng mga scientists. And kaya for now, talagang if you can avoid catching COVID, kung pwedeng hindi kayo magka-COVID, it's better. Kaya vaccines, mask, all layers of transmission, of mitigation, sana magamit para, I mean, di ba, kung pwedeng iwasan ng sakit, di ba? Yun yung parang pinaka.
Dr. Jet, marami akong mga
advice.
tanong, but I will come back with these questions after these few reminders.
EBC, Eagle Broadcasting Corporation. Ito ang Radyo Agila.
Alam mo bang mga bagay na dapat gawin sa panahon ng kalamidad? Kapag may bagyo, laging alamin ang mga balita ukol sa lagay ng panahon, pati ng announcement na pangkaligtasan at maging ang plano ng inyong barangay ukol sa posibleng paglikas kung kinakailangan. Bago pa ang bagyo, baka bubuting ma-check ang bahay at makumpuni ang mga mahihina o sirang parte nito. Ihanda ang go back na naglalaman ng mga pangangailangan ng pamilya. Kapag nag-abiso ang mga kinaukulan na kailangan ng lumikas, huwag mag-atubili, sumunod at magtungo sa designated evacuation center. Tandaan, importante na may presence of mind, hindi dapat nagpapanik dahil sa panahon ng kalamidad, nasusubok ang iyong abilidad. Isang paalala mula sa Radyo Agila.
Mga bagong kaalaman sa siyensya at teknolohiya. Alamin sa programang Pinoy Scientist. Tuwing linggo, alas 5 ng hapon hanggang alas 6 ng gabi. Pinoy Scientist. KBP Best Science and Technology Radio Program. Pinoy Scientist. Dito sa Radyo Agila.
Nagbabalik ang Pinoy Scientist on Radyo Agila, Octa Hour. Ako yung inyong host for today, Dr. Guido David. Sunday, November 6, 5:33 p.m. Manila time. So, babalik tayo sa ating discussion with, esteemed ngayon, esteemed Twitter influencer, si Dr. Jet.
Uy, walang ganon
Walang ganon, yes.
Walang ganon.
Maganda yung ating mga discussion. Well, I noticed marami ka ng, yun nga, sabi mo, mga friends on Twitter who share the same interests na, yun nga, and well, this is something that we discovered. I mean, there are good things that happened during the pandemic. I mean, there are bad things that happened, and there are a few positives that happened. Reaching out, being able to do work online is something that we were able to adjust, and I think it's for the better. There will be implications long term. Pero sa na-discuss mo kanina, marami akong gustong tanong dun, Dr. Jet. Isa yung of course, yung long COVID na hindi but before we get to that, syempre may mga nagtatanong, and ako naman, I'm just a modeler, I'm a mathematician, so I look at the trends, ganon. Minsan tumataas yung cases, minsan bumababa, I report that. And we concede naman na pinaring lockdown. We can't stay locked down forever.
No, we can't. We
right.
can't, of course.
It's not sustainable. So that's not what we're asking naman. Kasi yung iba parang napaparanoid pag nagre-report ako na tumataas yung numbers. Ayan, baka magla-lockdown naman. I mean, it's a different time. And let's say 2020 or 2021, we had to go into lockdown kasi wala pang vaccinated nun eh. So the premise is kung unvaccinated tayo, if we get hit by COVID, mas malala yung makukuha natin kesa if we are not vaccinated. Tama, di ba? That's a correct premise. The vaccination adds some layer of protection, but not a complete layer of protection. The other layer of protection that we have is the masking. And alam mo naman, Jet, na sa online, maraming medyo against sila sa masks eh. Nakikita. Hindi naman marami, pero when I ask, so sige, gusto ko malaman. So when I ask on Twitter, ilan ba yung magpapatuloy na magsuot ng face mask? And I don't know if you answered or if you saw that survey.
I did.
Yeah, so yes, 85%. I'm really happy to hear that. And even yung it depends, 8.8%. Ibig sabihin siguro, they will wear face mask, but they might use their judgment when not to wear face mask kasi it depends. And then yung no talaga, yung mga hardliner na 6.1%. I would imagine if I run this survey like kunyari sa US or sa Canada.
Yeah, oh my God, no.
Baka mas marami baka 50-50 or maybe not even 50-50 kasi now when I watch yung baseball games, yung World Series ngayon, kakatapos na ng World Series, congratulations, Houston Astros pala. So, wala na yata ako nakita naka-face mask sa baseball game. I don't think I saw even one person wearing a face mask. Pero I'm sure, kunyari, by some chance nag-attend ako na, baka ako lang naka-face mask or baka a few.
Sobra.
Ilan lang. So, the question is, yung mga sinasabi ng those who are not in favor of wearing face mask, hindi naman daw effective ang face mask. And how do you you don't have to reply to that if you feel it's not a question.
No, I'm okay.
You're comfortable.
Although, no, I'm okay with that. But it's not my expertise. I'd rather that they ask Joshua about it. Si Professor Agar, because that's his line. That's
I
That's
interviewed
physics,
him
no?
before, right? Yeah, physics. But he's
Yeah.
more like about yun nga, yung circulation
Mm-mm.
and ganon, like
Mm-mm.
having
Ako
ventilators that will
personally, yeah, personally for me, no, I wouldn't say that mask only strategies work either.
Mhm,
I would always prescribe for layers.
mhm,
Kasi nga, hindi multi-prong, ibig sabihin, iba-iba dapat ang gamitin nating approach
mhm,
para hindi tayo magkasakit. Unfortunately, ang COVID, hindi siya parang sipon. Hin mas parang kumbaga sa kung paano siya nakakahawa, yes, para siyang sipon, mabilis siyang makahawa sa tao. But at the same time, hindi siya parang sipon na sinasabi nating mild because oo, mild na siya ngayon kasi hindi ka na mamamatay sa COVID unless hindi ka vaxxed or hindi ka magkakaroon ng malalang sakit or ma-hospital. Although ngayon, dumadami na rin yung uli yung with the current variants, yung sa BQ.1, medyo dumami yung uli yung mga na-hospital. But the point is, if you don't bukod sa vaccines kasi nga 'di ba may long COVID, merong organ damage. Bukod 'yun, hindi 'yun napipigilan ng vaccine. So kailangan pa natin ng extra protection. So ano 'yun, mag-mask tayo, maglagay ng filter sa mga buildings or sa mga classrooms or sa mga bahay para masigurado na wala yung malinis kasi hangin 'yan, 'di ba? Kumbaga maduming hangin. And besides, like yung sa filtration and sa mask, bukod sa COVID, 'di ba pollution, 'di ba? Allergies, pollution, sipon, ngayon may RSV pa. Ang daming mga respiratory diseases na napipigilan ng mask. Ako personally, as a dentist, I wear a mask when I work.
mhm.
Kasi ayokong matransmit yung hininga ko dun sa pasyente ko. So, and we are required to do that. And the reason is because ayaw namin may mangyari sa pasyente namin, mahawa namin. And yung masking naman hindi para sa sarili lang natin yan eh. Oo, maaaring ikaw wala kang pakialam kung magka-COVID ka o hindi. Paano yung katabi mo na may cancer? Hindi mo naman malalaman kung yung katabi mo may cancer and yung may cancer na pasyente yun, pwede niyang ikamatay ang COVID. Or yung katabi mong matanda, or yung katabi mong may sakit sa puso, or yung katabi mong may diabetes, or yung katabi mong baby, kasi ang mga bata, hindi mild ang COVID, pero ang mga bata nagkaka-long COVID. Kaya nga sa ibang bansa may mga yung mga na-transplant na sa atay, sa liver, because nagkaroon ng COVID. May mga nagkaka-diabetes type 1 na ngayon ng mga bata because nagka-COVID. Here in Canada, punong-puno ngayon ng mga pediatric ICU dahil sa COVID and RSV ang mga bata. Because it's not mild. It may consequences. And ang utak, alam nyo ba kung ano mangyayari dun sa anak nyo pag nagka-COVID yan ng 2, 3 beses? May iba nagko-complain ng mga bata sa UK, hindi na sila makaisip ng matino. Hindi na nila matuloy na naglalaro sila or nagiging inactive sila, nasa bahay na lang kasi nanghihina dahil sa COVID. So yung mga ganung bagay, kumbaga, community effort yan, di ba? So, hindi lang naman para sa yun eh. More of para sa kapitbahay mo or sa katabi mong lola or sa katabi mong stranger na hindi mo kilala, yung pala may sakit. Paano kung sila mahawa sa'yo? More of ganon, di ba?
Tama
So,
yun,
sa akin.
yes, Dr. Jet, tama yun. And
Mhm.
so I guess that answers yung yung isa
Yeah.
kong itatanong na yung mga iba, yung sinasabi, yung position nila is that yung COVID is now like a flu. And
Mm.
I'm sure what you're saying is it's not like a flu. I mean, let's not underestimate this. Even though
No.
siguro yung current presentation when you get it parang flu-like, yes,
Mm-mm.
and then you heal. Pero yung long-term effects are the ones that differentiate it now from the flu. Lalo na even for the vaccinated. And I was always, parang
Yeah.
it's interesting to me na, China still has a zero COVID policy. I mean, they might know something or
Yeah.
they're more careful about it.
Yeah.
Diba? If it's like a flu, why would they have a zero? They don't have a zero
I
flu policy.
I've 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 had flu before. I've never had heart disease because of flu. I mean, my lifestyle before, I used to go to the gym every day, used to do spinning before COVID. Um, Now I can't even walk for 500 meters without panting. Hinihingal ako just to walk from one block to the next. And dati, grabe ako mag-exercise. As in, every day, you can ask all my friends back home. Ibang klase ako mag-workout. Ngayon, I'm having myself check for heart ailment. Kasi nagkakaramdam ako, umaakyat ang heart rate ko. Sumasakit ang dibdib ko. And these are all signs of heart disease. And I've never had this prior to COVID. Pati ang pag-iisip ko, minsan may araw na hindi ko matandaan kung anong nangyari sa akin. Sabi nga nila yung brain fog na sinasabi, it's not even brain fog. If you look at yung mga studies na nangyari sa mga taong nagka-COVID, na nangyari sa mga utak nila, nagkaroon ng brain damage. Lumiit yung utak. And these are initial studies, hindi pa to yung full studies. Ito pa lang yung mga unang lumabas na studies from 2021 dun sa mga unang batch ng na-COVID. And paulit-repeat studies are showing na talagang may brain damage, may heart damage, and ngayon lumalabas pati ang immune system natin. Kaya mas mabilis na magkasakit yung iba, kaya yung iba mas malala na ang flu nila ngayon, mas yung RSV, kaya ang taas ng rates. Sabi immunity death, but immunity death isn't true. I mean, diba? I mean, mga batang nagkakasakit ngayon, they were exposed to pathogens before the pandemic. And sila ang mga nagkakasakit ngayon kasi mga previous na nagka-COVID. So, masyadong to say that it's like the flu, hindi naman tayo nagkakaganyan pag nagkakasipon tayo. Hindi naapektuhan ng utak natin, hindi naapektuhan ng puso natin. Ang mga bata, hindi nagkakaroon ng problema sa atay or nagkakaproblema ng future diabetes type 1. Walang ganon sa flu. Sa COVID, nakikita nila yon ngayon. So, malayo.
And tama ka, Dr. Jet, na na yun nga, these are just preliminary studies kasi
Yes.
if we're talking about long-term effects, it could be long-term, some could be very long-term, di ba? I mean,
At saka yung sa akin,
kailangan mo studies na 20 years,
Yes.
10 years, 20 years, di ba? I mean, at least 5 years
ako,
from now.
and the latest na nakikita nila, and ako, I've been calling this out as early as 2020, nakikita ko na cancer because ACE2 contributes to cancer formation for some forms of cancer. And ang nakita nila ngayon, meron kasi tayong isang parte ng katawan ng tawag natin P53. Yung P53 na yun ang pinakapanlaban natin sa cancer. Ang nakita nila, ang COVID, pinapakialaman niya ang P53 na to the point na nade-deactivate ang P53. And that's a very important part to prevent cancer formation. And ngayon nakikita nila, kayang laruin ng virus yung P53 na yun. So, ang implications nun down the line, plus other, tawag natin, mga other parte ng katawan natin or proteins which prevent cancer formation, pati yun ang paglalaroan ng COVID. So, I wouldn't be surprised. And nakita na may isang study na pag nagka-COVID ang isang may breast cancer, mas bumibilis ang kalat ng breast cancer. So, nakikita natin pa konti-konti ang implications niyan long term. So, hindi siya parang flu. Maraming pinapakialaman or kasi nga dahil sa ACE2, maraming pwedeng takbuhan yung virus. And the bad part is, for some, katulad yung mga naglo-long COVID, katulad ko, hindi kaya kami naglo-long COVID. Malamang dahil kasi hindi namin nailalabas yung virus kahit na gumaling na kami. May isang lumabas this morning, parang 411 days before he got cured of COVID. So, hindi namin nalalabas. Kaya tuloy-tuloy na may effect yung virus sa katawan namin. Kaya kami nagkakaroon ng problem sa puso, sa utak, or yun na nga, iba biglang namamatay ng stroke. And you're getting individuals who die of stroke now at the age of 16, 20, and these are unheard of. I mean, previous to COVID, wala tayong mga namamatay sa stroke as early as 22, 20. Unheard yun.
Some are saying na it could be the vaccines though, or I mean, of course, these are the anti-vaxxers who are saying that. Look, I'm sure you get that, you see that a lot.
But you know what? This is the funny thing.
Na-mute mo na yata sila.
Na-mute ko na. But this is the thing.
But,
if there's a guy from India, okay, and this is a very interesting thing that he mentioned in Twitter. India never got mRNA vaccines, and prior to getting vaccinated, ang taas ng mga nagka-COVID na namatay ng stroke. but they never got mRNA vaccines in India. So, hindi galing sa vaccines yon, di ba?
Well, yung mga anti-vaxxers naman, they don't care yata.
Yeah,
They don't even
they
know
don't care. I mean,
what
yeah.
mRNA, what
No, they
inactivated.
don't know
They
that.
don't know, they don't differentiate between those. Pero, sige, yung isang nga mention mo, which is very interesting to me, and tatanong ko sana kanina, kasi
Mm-mm.
ang sinasabi mo, yun nga, long COVID,
Mm-mm.
or you were talking about long COVID. And gusto ko sana malaman yung mechanism ng how people get long COVID. Kasi, I was wondering, kung yung virus ba, sinisira na yung mga parte natin during that period, kasi most people get it, 1 week, maybe 2 weeks
Mhm.
na incubation. So apparently, naisagot mo partly na hindi agad-agad na ilalabas yung virus, even if
No.
it's a mild manifestation. So, pero does that mean nagte-test positive pa itong mga tao na to?
No,
Or
not
negative na
necessarily.
sila, pero andun pa yung virus sa katawan nila?
Oo. I'll give you an example. Say HIV, no? I mean, HIV, that's a case of viral persistence. Kung saan akala mo, yung patuloy na may effect yung virus sa katawan. For COVID, it's the same. Ang initial theory nila ngayon is viral persistence, meaning yung virus nandito pa sa katawan. So kahit na nagte-test ka ng negative. Kasi yung rapid test natin, no, ang nade-detect niya yung amount ng virus na can cause infection to others. Ibig sabihin, yung nakakahawa ka pa. But it doesn't mean na pag hindi ka na nakakahawa, na na-eliminate mo na yung virus sa katawan mo. And lahat yan, no, kaya kasi di ba ang stroke dahil may namuo na dugo. In very simple terms, namuo yung dugo. Or yung sa brain, nagkakaroon ng pamamaga or inflammation. Now, whatever happens, no, yung iba kasing findings ngayon, yung sa utak, yung nangyayari sa brain, similar to Alzheimer's. So, yung mga ganong reaction, lahat yan, reactions ng katawan mo because may nagtitrigger. So, ibig sabihin, yun na nga, may naiwan na virus sa katawan and nagtitrigger siya ng mga iba-ibang mechanisms para yung katawan mo makakope dun sa virus. So, kaya tayo nagkakaroon ngayon ng long COVID. And like sa akin, ang long COVID ko started a month after nag-negative ako. It didn't come like a week or 2 days. Akala kasi ng iba, may iba nagkakaroon ng long COVID 6 months after lumalabas.
Pero hindi kaya,
So,
I'm not a biologist, pero hindi kaya na 6 months later na detect yung changes, pero nag-start siya long before that.
pwede. Pwede kasi yung iba hindi naman aware na naglo-long COVID. Like when I posted on Facebook about my long COVID, ang daming nag-message sa akin, nagulat na bakit yung parang the symptoms I mentioned, nararamdaman rin daw nila.
So
But
it's
they never
common, pero
realized.
pero they didn't
Oo.
think about it. Kala nila, okay na ako, gumaling na ako,
Oo. Kasi negative na, di ba?
na-flush out ko ng virus or something.
Yeah.
Pero andun pa rin pala yung virus, parang naiwan siya, di ba? Parang
Mm-mm.
like, ano ba yung naiwan? Like, parang
It's called viral
yeah.
persistence, no?
Yeah.
Naiwan. Oo.
And that's a concern because, that, I mean, and it seems like the way you're saying it, and familiar naman ako na iba-iba yung manifestations ng long COVID. Na it can
Iba-iba
attack
talaga.
different parts of the body. And kaya iba-iba
Hindi.
yung, yeah.
I have a friend na sa kanya, ang manifestation niya, para siya nag-allergies every night. May iba nahuhulog yung mga ipin, iba-iba talaga. Yung iba nagkaka-migraines, yung iba nagkakaroon yung parang, yung tawag natin tinnitus, yung parang may parang, may ganun sa tenga.
Hindi ba may ganun pag like nagre-regrow yung mga yung hair sa sa ears na parang sa for the
Basta
hearing
yung
yes.
Yeah, yung basta yung manipis na, and it goes on 24 hours daw, never goes away. May iba hindi na nare-restore yung sense of smell. Iba-iba, nakakagulat talaga because parang walang sinanto na parte ng katawan. So, depende. Makikita mo if you go to Twitter and then all those discussions on long COVID, iba-iba talaga. May iba. Yun ang nakakatakot. Ang nakikita nila ngayon, ang dami mga bata, mga after a year, bigla na lang namamatay ng stroke. And these are, yun na nga, young people. Hindi man sila yung matatanda, mga in their 20s. May iba, ang dami na abroad sa Italy, ganun, mga athletes na formerly healthy, hindi na maka-resume ng mga career nila. Justin Bieber had to cancel his concert. Alam mo, ang daming mga artists na nag-cancel because of long COVID. Even, di ba, si Governor V, di ba, nagsabi nga siya na nagkaroon din siya ng long COVID and hindi siya makatrabaho ngayon. It's not, sabi nga nung iba, sabi baka naman iniisip lang, pero hindi eh. Ibang klase siya, hindi ko describe.
So
My
are you,
good days,
yeah.
my bad days. Yeah. So, ibang klase talaga.
So you're saying Justin Bieber has long COVID? Yun ba yun?
Sabi, kasi hindi inaamin pero feeling long COVID because he suddenly canceled all his concerts. Tapos yung, I don't know kung anong meron pa I forgot what nerve diseases he has. Pero yun na nga parang lumala. Parang ganun. So now he can't do any of his concerts right now. Nag-cancel.
And you don't think kasi meron nagsabi na, itong long COVID, this is just hypochondriac or
No, I don't think so.
imagined not based on data, but saying na, well, yun nga, wala
I don't think you can imagine your symptoms like if you have tachycardia and it shows on an EKG or on a 2D echo that there's heart damage. I don't think imagination,
Hindi siya
that's too
imagined.
strong an imagination.
If
diba?
if there's data, if there's evidence, it's not imagined. And
No,
ang pagkaintindi ko sa hypochondriac, it's more of parang they have anxiety that they have something, but wala naman physical manifestation or something. Pero what you're saying is a long COVID may physical manifestation.
Meron talaga.
It's something that it's real. And there will definitely be studies on long COVID. Pero ngayon, still a bit early to see yung long-term effects. Pero, yun nga, I mean, initially, sabi lang, mga 30-40% of, patients have long COVID. But we don't know. It could be higher.
I think it's higher because ang nangyayari ngayon dito sa West, ang labor ang na-affect. So, because ang dami ng mga nagkaka-long COVID na hindi makatrabaho and hindi because they want yung mga tulong sa government, talagang hindi sila makatrabaho, hindi they can't think, affected yung work. Nawawalan ngayon ng labor force dito. Yun ang nagiging side effect, yun ang nagiging effect sa economy. Kaya dito ang daming companies na naghahanap ng laborers because ang daming hindi makatrabaho. So yun ang problem ng long COVID. If business really looks into the problems of COVID, it's not just the economy but the loss of labor, which can also affect the economy.
It will affect the economy. Loss of labor will affect the economy because the two things. I mean, I'm not an economist, pero two things I learned from economists are you need capital and labor to produce to have a product. So may loss of production ka without labor. So a few takeaways kasi we only have a few minutes left. So I think we have established now long COVID. I mean, not established, but at least based on data, it seems like long COVID is real. I think yung around face masks, ako mismo, I think they are effective kasi I know some people na hindi pa sila nakakuha ng COVID. Sa tawagan nila, they're still COVID virgins. And I'm happy for them. And I hope that they continue to not get COVID kasi and they have avoided COVID not by staying locked inside their home. They go out, pero they wear face masks. So ibig sabihin, it must show na, if you are careful, you wear face masks, na you will not get
COVID? You know where I got my COVID? I never removed my face mask here. The only time I removed my face mask was because I needed to go to a dentist. Irony, no? Pero that was the only time I went and removed my face mask.
So you think that was when
you
got
because the dental clinic I went to here didn't have any ventilation. He didn't have any air filters, and he was wearing a very flimsy mask. And that was 48 hours before I got my initial symptoms. The following appointment that I made, wala na yung assistant niya, wala yung secretary niya. He had a filter right besides his dental chair. And then he was wearing an N95.
Okay, so nag-adjust na.
That seemed
But
not
yeah, no,
adjust.
48 hours before your symptoms, that's highly suspect.
Mm-mm.
So, papagalitan
Yeah.
siya ni Professor Joshua Agar.
Oo,
Anyway,
talaga. Sabi
so,
ko, and I never removed my face mask here. That was the only time. I worked out with a face mask on.
yeah.
Ganun katindi. So, sabi ko talagang, and that was my stupid moment. But anyway, so,
May some comment, yeah, magka-cut daw tayo automatic. So, magaling ka daw and between
ay,
ng
thank
discussion.
you.
So, hopefully, medyo mahirap lang ma-interview si Doktora because yun nga, medyo odd hours sa Vancouver right now and mukhang
Yes.
malamig. Pero any parting words kasi we're gonna be cut off.
Yes. Just layered mitigation, vax, mask, filter, ventilate. Now, all these things will help, and don't get COVID. If you get it, don't get it a second, third, fourth time. It's really nothing.
So
Not a
that
joke.
was the other fact na I was gonna mention na okay, we may get
And
it
it's
once.
not getting any better.
We may get it once, pero you can still try to avoid getting it multiple times.
Yes.
That will
And
still
it's
help
not.
you. That will still
Yes.
it's
And the
not like
variants aren't. Yeah, and the variants aren't getting any weaker. They're getting more complicated, and we don't want continued transmission kasi baka mamaya umabot sa point hindi na natin makontrol.
right,
So yeah.
and to the point na nobody will not have it anymore. Ganun, or
Yes.
something. Okay, well, it's been a pleasure interviewing Dr. Jet, and actually matagal ko nang gustong interview si Dr. Jet, pero this was the opportunity. Hopefully we can have it baka yung odd hours, maybe if I have it at a different time, hopefully. Pero thank you, and have a good morning there sa Vancouver, Canada.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Yeah.
Dr. Rita, and I hope to meet you soon.
Hopefully, yes. Ito yung Pinoy Scientist, an Octa Hour. Happy Sunday.
Five decades of excellence in broadcast communication. EBC, Eagle Broadcasting Corporation. Ito ang Radyo Agila. DCEC 1062 sa Mega Manila, DWIN 1080 sa Northern Luzon, DCEL 1260 sa Southern Taga, DYFX 1305 sa Visayas, at DXED 1224 sa Southern Mindanao. Ito ang Radyo Agila. Mabilis, malakas, pumapagaspas.
Alam mo bang mga bagay na dapat gawin sa panahon ng kalamidad? Kapag may bagyo, laging alamin ang mga balita ukol sa lagay ng panahon, pati ng announcement na pangkaligtasan at maging ang plano ng inyong barangay ukol sa posibleng paglikas kung kinakailangan. Bago pa ang bagyo, baka bubuting ma-check ang bahay at makumpuni ang mga mahihina o sirang parte nito. Ihanda ang go back na naglalaman ng mga pangangailangan ng pamilya. Kapag nag-abiso ang mga kinaukulan na kailangan ng lumikas, huwag mag-atubili, sumunod at magtungo sa designated evacuation center. Tandaan, importante na may presence of mind, hindi dapat nagpapanik dahil sa panahon ng kalamidad, nasusubok ang iyong abilidad. Isang paalala mula sa Radyo Agila.
Lazy days in mid-July.
Pure Country Sunday, 6 to 8 p.m. with Leander Denver Garcia.
Summer highways, sweet magnolia call.
Remember when we said
You fill up my senses.
blinded by the light in his eyes.
Pure Country Sunday, Sunday 6 to 8 p.m. Only here at Radyo Agila.
The one I love, she shines like silver the wine.